Support for the Daniel and Georgia Show and Special Chronicles is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. At specialchronicles.com/give.
I didn't know that you had a crush on me. How did I never see all that we could have been? High time we turn the pages, start a story for the ages. High time we got it going, got it going on. I know it's never easy for people who love anymore, but we gotta try, 'cause you and I were meant to be. I love you, baby, and I know it takes more than words to show it. You are
Coming up on the Daniel and Georgia Show, Season 2, Episode 9, it's Full House and the Summer Games Date Nights is coming up right now on SpecialChronicles.com. My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and DanielandGeorgia.com.
And my name is Georgia. I'm also known as Chef G at Georgia's Kitchen and Dan's Cutest True Love.
And we are back. We are back for another exciting week of the Daniel and Georgia Show. Getting to be a popular show on this podcast network at Special Chronicles. And and I just got a text, Georgia, that we'll have to, okay, we're recording this, so we're going to have to deal with some behind-the-scenes stuff right now. But first, let me just say, for our listeners, I was going to say, I'll get to the behind-the-scenes stuff on when we are recording this later in when we get to recapping our week. But first, let me just get a little behind-the-scenes note on this, love. So, this is for the last segment of the show, quiz. So, by the way, folks, we are going to be recapping our week. We're going to be reviewing the show Full House on Netflix. Why Georgia prefers the original Full House, and why I enjoy the Full House on Netflix. And then we'll be talking about the upcoming 2020 virtual summer games that's happening this coming week, encouraging you to participate, and our live listener phone call at the very last segment of the program. And speaking of the last segment of the program, we got a text back from Chris saying that he's just about to eat dinner. And can you wait a little longer, or do you have to do it at a specific time? And I'm going to say we are recording now. You'll be in final fourth segment, right?
Yes.
And when should we call him? And you'll be on at what? At about 6:20, should we say?
Yeah, 6:20.
Oh no, about 6:20. Okay, there we go. So we got that done. So now, love. First, for those of you who listen to the audio podcast, you guys can't see us, but if you want to watch the video, go to our YouTube and Facebook watch page at Special Chronicles on YouTube, and at Daniel and Georgia on Facebook. You can find us there. And, okay, so I'm assuming that's okay to text him. And so we're going to recap our week for you, and if you're watching the video edition, you can see, well, Georgia is still in her bedroom, and I am still in my studio, except in the background, you see a little on the virtual Skype background, you see the graphic and picture for this episode. the picture of us biking, which we'll get to in just a moment. That's one of the highlights of this week. And in recapping this week, I thought we could just give highlights of this past week. And
I printed out my whole week schedule.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just pull it up on my phone here. And so let's recap this week. Who wants to go first? So should we just go back and forth, like Monday, Tuesday? Like we'll go back. Let's begin with June 1st, Monday, June 1st. Love.
Well, I will go first then.
But yeah, I mean, so I thought we could go back and forth, like Monday, you, and then me. Tuesday, you, then me, like that.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine.
Okay, so Monday, June 1st. Just highlights.
Okay, so just on Monday, well, I had work at Trader Joe's, and I relaxed. And the reason why I relaxed is being on my couch, being in my game room, and watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
And also on that day, I also bought groceries for my mom.
Awesome. Well, on Monday, June 1st, I had a pretty kind of slow morning, but afternoon was. I recorded a 25-minute sneak peek preview podcast with Gina and the new marketing person at Special Olympics Illinois show, Mayo, I think her name is, and Gina, and we previewed the upcoming virtual summer games. And then I had a hour and a half athlete input council leadership team meeting on Skype. And then I took a walk, and then in the evening I pre-recorded an episode. Jose was a video producer on that, and we talked with, I talked with Trinity, who's the world's first fitness model with Williams syndrome, and she lives in Brisbane, Australia. So I did that on Monday night.
Cool.
So you guys can stay tuned. June 20th is when if you're in the U.S., if you are down under in Australia, that's coming out. That will be live on June 21st if you're in Australia. But if you're in the U.S. and anywhere else, they'll be live on June 20th. So stay tuned for that on the Special Chronicles show. Tuesday, June 2nd.
Okay. Well, on Tuesday, I had a biking date with my boyfriend Daniel.
Yeah, we did.
That lasted my whole day.
Well, no, not the whole day, just the morning 9 to 12.
That lasted my half of my day.
The morning.
And morning too. Sorry.
Just the morning.
He made my day just being with him.
And you made my day. Why are you talking in the third person when I'm like?
I'm not talking like a third person.
Oh, you're talking to our listeners. I mean, I thought you're talking to me.
Well, yeah, this is for the listeners.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We also made a video about the summer games. While we were
the virtual torch run. It was about the virtual torch run, which is a 2-mile run, walk, or bike ride that anybody can participate. virtualsummergames.soi.org. Okay. And then what do we do after that?
And then lastly, we had a smoothie date.
And we met up with your parents and my dad at the Hash Stacks Cafe in Western Springs, Illinois.
Yes.
So a little shout out to that place that we want to recommend. And speaking of that, it was at that your mom told me about this app called what is it called? Hold on, it is called Strava, that you can keep track of your bike riding or whatever. And it was also there that we came up with a new recording schedule. So which goes into what I teased you at the top of the show 9 minutes ago. And that is that we're recording this on Saturdays now, right? 5-ish p.m.?
Yes.
So Saturdays. But it's going to be live. You listeners are going to be able to listen or watch this program now on Sundays at 5 p.m. Central Time. That is our goal. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. You'll be able to listen to this live. That's when it will go live. But we're going to be recording on Saturdays because it's a little bit easier for us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the news there. Okay. And then in the evening, I had to. In the afternoon, I joined this Zoom on the Zoom call Diane Compton had me join. So Diane, her daughter Eowyn, and then myself, we were guests on the Zoom call talking about this My ADA 30 story social media campaign that we have at Special Chronicles. So that's that. And then I did some more work and then took a walk in the evening. Okay, Wednesday. Let's move on.
Okay. I had work again at Trader Joe's. I did more workouts at my house. Just basic workouts. And I was being outside. I was coloring out there too. And just being with my parents. That was pretty much about it.
And Wednesday, June 3rd, what I did was I went to work, my afternoon shift. So in the morning, I just kind of relaxed, basically. And then in the afternoon, I had my 12:30 to 6 p.m. afternoon shift. And included in that, at 2 p.m., I listened to a virtual employee town hall with United Airlines' new CEO, Scott, and new president, Brett. So I listened to that during my shift. And let's move on. Thursday, June.
Okay. Well, it was my day off, finally. I was totally out of it on Tuesday because it was a really long day for me.
But fun.
Yes, I also had fun. I slept in. I went on a long bike ride. I went to Jewel Osco for fun. I also made dinner by myself. I even made cheese quesadillas.
Cool. And Thursday, June 4th, not only was it United's payday, but I worked my afternoon shift. As a part of that, Lowen and I both booked on that Thursday, and we took part in a retirement party for one of the supervisors. Peggy, whose desk is next to / behind / in front of whatever you want to say, of all supervisor Steve's. So Peggy was retiring from United in the customer service department at O'Hare, and so they had a little celebration. We gave her a gift, an 8x10 picture of the four of us UA4, and and then I had a little United Airlines app idea meeting with Wick, one of the managers, and Steve, our supervisor, and so yeah. Okay, Friday.
All right. So on that was yesterday. So I went to my therapy.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
I went to my therapy session really early that morning. I go to Body and Gears, which is a place where you just do therapy, not rehab, just therapy. And then I went to work. And then I relaxed more and watching TV.
Cool. And Friday, June 5th, that was yesterday. I in the afternoon, worked my afternoon shift at United at O'Hare, 12:30 to 6 p.m. And and then today, today, Saturday, June 6th, is in the morning, I took a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about a 5-hour walk, which included stopping at my former place of work, Goodwill, to just say hi to some former coworkers, and I had to buy some new basketball shorts. And then I met my dad. I walked through the woods and met my dad at that # market, and I watched a little bit of the show Full House, ate a blueberry scone, and went to the bathroom and worked on some graphics for the show. And then I walked home, and when I walked home, it was I only tracked walking home from the # market to my house, and that was 2.4 miles in 52 minutes and 54 seconds.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Well, I didn't track the entire walk, the entire 5 hours, but only the last 2.4 miles in 52 minutes. So, yeah. And it brings us to now. Corley, what are we doing now?
Well, I didn't say my Saturday.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
Whoops.
I didn't.
My mistake. Do you forgive?
Okay. So I made 2 shows of my George's Kitchen.
Wait, hold on. Do you forgive me?
Yes, I always forgive you.
Okay. All
All right, so
go on, babe.
I love you. Okay, I love you too. I made 2 shows of my Georgia's Kitchen. The first show was the pre-show about what's gonna happen, and then I did arts and crafts. I didn't make anything, so it was pretty much getting everything ready for the next few seasons. I went on a bike ride. I worked out. And the best part of my day was watching Harry Potter in my game room.
Okay. And what I did was I finished the season 5 for the final episode of Full House. And then I turned on the Skype and I saw my cutest true love. Looking all cute like he always is. You guys see what she's wearing, you know why I completely fall in love with you.
I am falling in love with you.
And that's why I want to always be with you. I can't wait to be with me every day. I mean, yes, we talk, but like there's a difference between Skype and FaceTime and all that. I mean, there's a difference. I mean, I'd rather be with you in person and cuddling with you in person.
Yes, I want to do that in person. And actually, we've had 2 dates so far. Just in person.
This past week. Wait, good.
So we're doing just fine in our relationship so far.
You mean this past month? Wait. 2?
Yes, the first one was with our moms.
That was a date? Oh, yeah, I guess it was. Okay.
Yeah, it was the first time that I saw you in person.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you mean since the whole COVID-19?
Yeah, since the whole
okay.
COVID.
Okay. Well, should we move on?
Yes, to segment 2.
Segment 2. Okay, when do you want to take a sponsor break? Let's do it at...
the sponsor.
Wait, now? Oh, no.
Well,
Now? No, let's do it after the second segment.
Okay, we can wait after the segment then.
Okay, so this is where we're going to review. What are we going to review? And that is...
That would be...
You know.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. How did I get
the most awesome theme song ever?
This whole world is just really confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird that knows your tune. Then a little voice inside of you whispers, yeah, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere you go, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere you face, somebody who needs you. La 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 la.
That is Everywhere You Look, the Full House theme song by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes.
Let's just fade it down before we have copyright issues. Because nobody wants that. We're going to put a link to that in the show notes, you guys. You guys can go listen to that. It's on YouTube. Okay, so just a little behind the scenes note, you guys. When I was trying to find that song, so let me just... There we go. I'm going to mute that down and get rid of that. So, just a little behind the scenes note, you guys. I thought I had that in my Apple Music, but it wasn't. I must have got it on Amazon because I have it on my computer. It wasn't on my Apple Music, so that's why I had to find it on YouTube. But thankfully, you can find anything on YouTube. So, with that, we're going to begin a new segment that we hope will be a regular segment. to our segment 2, where we review a TV show or movie. And this week, what are we reviewing, babe?
We are reviewing Full House.
And if you guys follow at Daniel and Georgia on Instagram, which, by the way, we did share some video and pictures from that bike ride. Follow at Daniel and Georgia on Instagram. And we also teased out this episode where we'll talk about right now as we review this. We'll talk about why you, Georgia, why you love prefer the original, and why I enjoy the new Full House show on Netflix. So, with that, why do you? Well, okay. I mean, let me just say, for those of you watching, I do miss the original Full House show. There's something unique that really, I think, this new one, even though I do enjoy it, I do kind of, there's like, it has like a new hip feel to it. Well, I still always enjoy and like the original Full House. But this one, it's not only is it about two sisters and their friends. So 3 girls raising 3 boys and a daughter. But it's also, I think, it's something that with all the technology and with all the kind of hip modern parenting that, just so you guys know, we are not parents yet. Who knows? And who knows what the future will entail. But just so you guys know, we are not parents, but with that being said, right, I think it's what I enjoy about the Full House show on Netflix is it's something that I think a lot of modern day people can relate to. Not only parents, but like just anybody in general. I think a lot of modern day people can relate to, and that's what I think is so needed when it comes to like family sitcoms today. Well, what do you think, love, on the show? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I actually found some differences between Full House and Full House.
Okay, and that's why you're going to talk about what. That's why you still prefer the original, right?
Yes, but I saw the very first episode of the newer version, and I kind of liked it a little bit.
A little bit, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, on another date night in person, we need to watch Full House again.
Yes, we do. So Dan, I actually found out that Full House is on DisneyPlus.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have DisneyPlus, but you have DisneyPlus.
Yeah, so
right?
what I'm going to do after we're done with our show tonight, I'm going to see if I can watch Full House later on tonight.
You know what? Can we both watch it sometime?
Yes. You just said that.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, both of us on Disney Plus. Can we both watch it? I mean, I don't have Disney Plus, but like you, but like me, can we both watch it on Disney Plus?
Yeah. That's what I just said. I said yes.
Oh, cool. That's why I love you so much. No, I mean, okay. for those just tuning in, that's not the only reason why I love you. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons why I love you, but like the fact that we both like the show, it's like, okay, that's why it's so cool. That's why it's so cool. Okay.
All right. So
go on, love.
Okay.
Hey.
So from what I said, so basically based on the show of both Full House and Fuller House is a single parent raising 3 children with the help from their best friend and a close family member.
That's what I literally just said. That's what I just said.
Sorry.
We're just like repeating this. It's the same storyline. Okay, it's basically the same storyline. Just get rid of the three dads, and you have the three. Yeah. I mean, some people, I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably don't really like it, but like, I liked it. I thought that they did a really good job with it. But okay, go on.
Yeah. Okay. So I even found the episodes and seasons per TV show. For the Full House, they have seasons 1 through 8.
Okay.
For the episodes, 192 episodes.
190 what? Of what?
192 episodes.
192 of which show? The original Full House or the full?
The original.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then I found the theme song too as well. From the original.
Oh, the original. Let me see if I can find that. Keep talking.
Yeah, his name is Jesse Friedrich. He did the same song that Carly Rae Jepsen did.
She did it, yeah, except she kind of did a female spin to it. Okay.
Well, she's a pop artist.
Yeah.
She's pop.
Okay. Let me just. Do you want me to just hit play on the original one for a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Just a YouTube ad. Minus that. Okay, here we go. Let's play now. A little bit of it.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world confusing me.
Don't you love this song? There's like you can really tell the difference between this original. Like, I really like the original theme song, but like for the Full House, it has like a pop twist to it. Yeah, this is more of a that 80s 90s vibe to it, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, because I was born to actually listen to 80s music. That's why I like this type of music too.
Well, like, I was born in 89. You were born in what, like 88? Like, what? When were you born? In 88?
1988.
Yeah, you and Kate were born in, so...
Yeah, so I love 60s, 70s, 80s type music. And then when I was in high school, I got really into pop, hip-hop, rock, songwriters, soundtracks. And now I'm really into country.
We were both born in the late 80s. So, like, we didn't live in the... Like, you lived in only the last 2 years of the 80s, and I lived in the last year of... Well, wait, the last year and 6 months of the 80s. And I lived in the last year of the 80s. So, like, we both didn't... I feel like we can still call ourselves born in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Even though most of our childhood lived in the 90s, but like, okay. So now we're just dating ourselves. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Love? Babe?
Nothing bad happened. It's just my battery's dead. Put on.
Oh, okay. Let's have you charge your phone so we don't... Okay. Okay, so with that... Anything else you want to say on Full House?
Yeah.
Babe?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to take a quick sponsor break as you've
can we do a sponsor break, please?
Yes. Let's do a quick sponsor break. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, babe, and we'll take a quick sponsor break. You are listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show, Season 2, Episode 9, right here on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back after this break. Don't hit pause. We'll be right back. Support for Chronicles is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at SpecialChronicles.com/give. At SpecialChronicles.com/give. Support for Special Chronicles is also brought to you by our patron supporters. Becoming a patron gets you exclusive access to Bonus Cast, a patron-only podcast with bonus features. Subscribe to either an annual season pass, a mini-series 2-month pass, or an episode 1-month pass. Join today and select your private streaming plan today. Become a patron supporter today at specialchronicles.com/bonuscast. That's specialchronicles.com/bonuscast. The vote for Special Chronicles is also made possible thanks to a grant from the ComEd Energy Coast Program, the country's first energy efficiency program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. Learn more about how ComEd is powering lives and powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep these lights on and everything plugged in. Actually, ComEd is really powering lives and powering us to keep doing our mission here. You can learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd and specialchronicles.com/ComEd.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising. Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
Who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality,
Dignity,
and the recognition of our
shared humanity. We will not stop.
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
More divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution.
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
You are listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show. This is Season 2, Episode 9. And my name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and DanielandGeorgia.com.
And my name is Georgia Hunter, and I am Chef G at Georgia's Kitchen, and Georgia's Curious True Love.
Wait. That's the blooper that I'm keeping in, but like.
I'm sorry, that was a tongue twister. I'm sorry.
I was true love by you. Not yourself, I mean. Let's try that again. Rewind. You are listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show. This is Season 2, 9 on SpecialChronicles.com. My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and DanielandGeorgia.com.
And my name is Georgia Hunter, and I am Dan's Curious True Love.
Yes, there we have it. And truly cutest to love, because I think about you every day, every night. I want to be with you forever. I want to live with you. I want to grow old with you, have a family with you, and be with you.
Well, I really want to go old with you, babe.
And on that, anything else we want to continue with reviewing a TV show Full House, or should we move on?
I have one more thing for Full House.
Yes. By the way, we're going to put a link to the Full House on Netflix, as well as a link to the original Full House that apparently I just loaned from you, babe, is on DisneyPlus. So if you all want to go watch either the original Full House or the Full House, we want to highly recommend that you go watch it. Watch both. I mean, just you guys watch it after you all binge listen to this show, this podcast, the Daniel and Georgia Show. We want you to go and binge watch Full House, all 8. No, how many seasons? 8 seasons.
192.
Yeah, episodes. I don't know how many seasons.
Oh, sorry. 1 through 8.
Okay, so 8. Okay, so we want you to go binge watch all 8 seasons of Full House, and then all 5 seasons of Full House, which I kind of wish that they would have kept it a little bit longer. Like, let me just say this as we wrap up this segment here, and say, I don't want to give any spoilers, but like, I thought they wrapped up this show like beautifully. Like they wrapped it up like I mean it just when you thought it was kind of like the sad ending to the Full House on Netflix, it was really more of I thought a more joyful ending. Like it was a more of a joyful family ending to it. That really makes you think that I feel like they could set it up to like have a spinoff of like I feel like they could have another spinoff. I mean, that's the way I feel. I don't know if you guys listening want to kind of comment. Send us a DM, or you can tweet us with the hashtag DanielandGeorgiaShow, or send us an email, DanielandGeorgia@SpecialChronicles.com, and really send us your audio feedback, or just send us your email or audio feedback to DanielandGeorgia@SpecialChronicles.com, and let us know, if you watch the show and what you think, because I really enjoyed it. Georgia would prefer the original, but like, let us know your thoughts. We want to hear from you. We know a lot of you listeners have watched Full House or the original Full House, and really. And speaking of that, Bob Saget, who played Danny Tanner on the show, he has a new podcast called Bob Saget's Here for You. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the major podcast apps that you can find this show. You can also just go look up Bob Saget's Here for You, Bob's new podcast, because it's awesome. So, yeah, definitely go check it out. I listened to Bob Saget's Here for You podcast, and you should definitely go and listen to it as well. On that note, we're moving on. Actually, yeah, we're sticking with our time. So we've got about 10 minutes before we need to get on to the final segment, so we can call Chris. But virtual summer games. If you guys missed, go listen to the Special Chronicles show, and you can go to either specialchronicles.com or virtualsummergames.soill.org and listen to a preview sneak peek podcast, because we give you a sneak peek, right, Georgia? Well, yeah. I mean, but like that's in Special Chronicles in partnership with Special Olympics Illinois marketing department, gives you a sneak peek. It's a 25-minute mini episode. You guys can just go to virtualsummergames.soill.org. That's virtualsummergames.soill.org. And right on that homepage, you can go and listen to a preview podcast where we give you a sneak peek. As well, you can find the event schedule, daily schedule, virtual torch one, and all of that. George and I, we did our not 2-mile bike ride, but we did a 8-mile bike ride. So 4 miles one way, 4 miles back, total of 8 miles bike ride. So we got our virtual torch bike done, right?
Yes, we did.
And I already told you, babe, this, but I will be given the athlete leader speech at the virtual opening ceremonies on June 9th, Tuesday, June 9th at 7 p.m. Central Time. You guys can go this. I think it'll be on Facebook Live or virtualsummergames.soill.org. You guys can watch it. It'll be on at 7 p.m. Go watch, right?
Yes.
And listen to my 1 minute or 2 minute speech. You have to find out how long it is, and then an interview I did with former athlete Matthew Williams. So on that note, anything you want to say on the virtual summer games, babe?
Yeah, actually, I only made a few notes. Okay.
Can I just say one more thing? So I don't know about you, but I think it was one of my best years at competition, because at our Regency swimming competition this past March 2020, I got 2 gold medals in swimming, and so it was one of my best years at competition. And I wish we were competing in person, but we'll have to. It's all good. It's all good, you guys. We're making do with all this virtual competition games. Hey, okay. You can.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, I have so the notes that I put down are the dates for the Summer Games 2020.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said that I found the dates for the summer games.
Did you find it because you found it on SpecialChronicles.com?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, we are your source for news when it comes to getting the true athlete's perspective on bringing you news happening within Special Olympics movement. Special Chronicles is your source, is your guide, right?
Yes.
I'm not just saying that because I'm the founder of it, but
well, I'm also part of Special Olympics too. I'm a global messenger. I'm on the board. Other stuff.
Yeah, but I thought you also part of Special Chronicles because not only were you the first co-host in the studio, but now that you're back co-host in the Daniel and Georgia show, you are back to being a co-host. So like you took a few years off of being a co-host, and now you're back to being a co-host on a new show, right?
Yeah, and then I started Georgia's Kitchen a couple.
Yeah, and you started your own web series, your own video show.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually on episode 7, which is next week.
Awesome. I totally am up on my Georgia's Kitchen show. By up, I mean I need to catch up.
Yes, you do. You need to watch the shows that I posted on from this morning.
So, folks,
it's on Facebook Live, and it's also on Cody. So I have to watch the views and the comments.
So it's currently on your Facebook page, and you do have a lot of fans on your page. But with that, we're going to find a way to see if we can put it up on the Special Chronicles YouTube and create a whole separate page for it, right?
Yes.
So stay tuned, you guys. We'll create actually, you know what we'll do is we will not only try to put it up on the Special Chronicles YouTube, but we will try to create a show page on specialchronicles.com/watch/Georgia's Kitchen, right? So maybe, yeah. So an easy link will be specialchronicles.com/Georgia's Kitchen, all one word. But don't go there yet because we need to set up your show page. But we'll create one page where people can watch all of your episodes. So we'll put a little playlist up there, and people can watch and find out how to contact you and all that on your own show page. So stay tuned, you guys, because if you guys are not friends with Georgia, I'm sure a lot of our listeners are. But for those of you guys who are not, don't worry, because we will hopefully soon make those available on Georgia's Kitchen's show page on specialchronicles.com. So stay tuned to that. Okay.
Okay.
With that, do you want to add anything else about the virtual summer games?
Yeah, so it's going to be on June 9th and June 14th.
No, June 9th through June 13th. It's a Tuesday through Sunday. So usually, if it was in Bloomington normal, it would be only that Friday through Sunday. But because it's virtual, they're extending it. And now anybody can participate unified Tuesday through Sunday, June 9th through the 14th.
Okay, so I'm going to change my answer. It's going to be June 9th through June 13th.
Yep. And the event page is virtualsummergames.soill.org. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook at PodmanDan, I've been posting pictures on my Instagram daily from June 1st all the way up to the kickoff of the Virtual Summer Games. I've been posting both the logo for the Virtual Summer Games and a different picture from the past years of like just different pictures related to the Summer Games. So, I included a link to the virtualsummergames.soill.org and just a little bit more other information. So you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow at PodmanDan. And I've also been sharing it on my Facebook page as well. So just have you seen those daily posts, babe, on my Instagram?
Yeah.
So I've been counting down to the virtual summer games on my Instagram. So if you guys missed that, just go look up at Pommy and Dan, right?
Yes.
So there you go. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Is 6:15 a little too early to be calling a live listener?
Yes, that will be Chris Winston.
We said 6:20, but maybe we can kind of tease it up a little bit, and maybe we can try to tease up the that and how should we tease it up? Should we play a little song from
yeah.
David Stefan? So this is David Stefan singing "Let Me Anthem" right here on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be back with Colin Chris Wisdom.
Or maybe an actor, or a rapper, or a sports athlete. Or sometimes you just need to stand up and say, hey, let me have the opportunity. Let me. Express who I am and let me be all that I can be, and let me show you the ability of me. Let me just give me a chance. Let me express who I am and let me be all that I can be, and let me show you the ability of me. I used to imagine.
Okay, babe. I'm gonna go fade that down a little bit. Because Chris said we can call him. Should we FaceTime him or should we just call him on the phone?
Just FaceTime, actually.
Okay. Let's see if that works. And we'll call him Chris Wiston. Hey, Chris. Can you see? Good. Can you see? I'm in the studio. Can you see? Oh, wait. Can you see? Can you see Georgia on the Skype?
I can. Hey, Georgia.
Oh.
Hi, Chris.
So I don't know if you can see on my computer here.
I can.
So we are recording the video, but people can only hear you. So.
Oh, okay.
I just did that so that way we could see each other.
Okay.
And so this is a popular segment that we have on the Daniel and Georgia show where it's the last segment, so it won't be that long because it's the last segment. And so. With that, we usually ask questions, and by us, I mean Georgia's the one that comes up with the questions.
Okay.
Because somebody has to.
Yeah.
But first, just to let you know, in the first segment, we recapped our week, both of us this past week, what we did, and then we reviewed the show Full House on Netflix, and Georgia told me that Full House is on DisneyPlus. So we talked about that. And then segment 3, right before we called you, we talked about the upcoming virtual summer games.
Oh, great.
So even though
sounds good.
Yeah, even though we did that sneak peek mini episode, but on this show we talked about it because this is going to go live on Sunday at 5 p.m. So
okay.
With that, maybe we could just kick it off before Georgia starts asking you a couple of questions. We could, first, listeners to Special Chronicles know you, but Daniel and Georgia show listeners, a lot of it is the same, but I thought we could tell our listeners how we all know each other. And that's one, you're my SSIGM mentor, but you're also the Chief Marketing Officer for Special Olympics Illinois, right?
And he's also my neighbor.
Oh, and Georgia's neighbor.
That's right. Yeah, so Georgia, I've worked for Special Olympics. First of all, I had a brother who was an athlete who unfortunately passed away about 21 years ago. And I've worked for Special Olympics twice. And both times, I've known Georgia since probably 2008. When we first started working on the Chevy Equinox giveaway. It was like 12 years ago. And she's a neighbor of mine in Oak Park, and certainly of you, Daniel, because the last 4 years of being your mentor as a Sergeant Shriver International Global Messenger and traveling the globe with you.
Yeah. And I'm
watching you be a board member. And yeah, I know you too. You two, I probably know as good as any athlete in Special Olympics.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm sure we'll be traveling as we have, 3 more years left of the SSIGM tour. I'm sure we'll be traveling again, hopefully when it's safe to travel.
Yeah, it sounds like we'll have getting everything all screwed up, but we got a Winter Games coming up. Probably with Sweden, unfortunately, not happening. I know we'll be going somewhere else soon.
Yeah.
And then Florida and Orlando, I think we'll do a USA Games too.
Yeah. That'd be fun going down there. I've never been down there. So, this afternoon when I was taking a walk to meet up with my dad, Ian sent me a message. You know, Ian, and Ian was also a guest a few weeks ago on the Daniel and Georgia show because we called him.
It was my first time meeting Dan's best friend.
Yep. And
Ian's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. And Ian sent me a message today that he wants to come back on Special Chronicles to talk about some big news happening in the U.S. I don't know if he knows something that we don't know.
maybe it's around all the writing or whatnot. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'll talk to him and we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So how have you, now that things are slowly being lifted / we still are in this whole COVID-19 and we haven't I don't know if you listened to that preview podcast I did with Gina and Michelle. Is that it?
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said it's because back in March I got 2 gold medals in swimming, so it was one of my best years of competition, and so with that we're still not able to have real competitions yet that we all miss. But how have you been dealing with all the stay at home and all the kind of craziness and new types of events?
Yeah. Well, as you know, with our marketing department, we're probably, I would say we're definitely working as hard or harder than we were before the coronavirus hit. Before it hit, we were spending a large majority of our time talking and reporting from our competitions and promoting our competitions, and then also promoting and marketing our fundraisers. Without events around, that came off the table. So we spent as much or more of our time really focusing on, just pummeling our social media with content. As we started, we started back in March 16th with our healthy and fit tips. And then we started doing young athlete book readings with, celebrities like Joe Montana and Rob Johnson and Aaron Creedon from US 99 and Paulina and Rufio from Kiss FM. And then we had, readings done from various celebrities from around the state. So really what we ended up not realizing what we were doing is we were literally turning Facebook and Twitter, and primarily Facebook, into a kind of like a quasi TV station. And that's when we had the viewing guide on the website when basically at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. every day, we were posting something. We was trivia or healthy and fit tips, book readings for young athletes, workouts with Dave Breen, all sorts of stuff. So from that aspect, that's what we've been doing to be really busy. Personally, we're all inside as you are. Cassidy goes to DePaul University and he's just about to finish, but he's been he's been sheltered in since mid-March and doing Zoom classes, and Ryan's in preschool, so he's just hanging out. But we're hopefully like you guys and like everybody, we're working out, running a lot, trying to stay in shape. And I kind of think of it like it goes way back, but in 1980, the Olympics in Russia were boycotted, and the U.S. team didn't go to the Olympics in Russia. So think about the U.S. Olympic team went in 1976. Then they had to wait till 1984 to go again. So, but what they did is they kept working out and keeping at it. So that's what we hope. That's what we tried to give all of you athletes. It's like just give you way more content than you could ever imagine to keep you busy and active and fit. Yeah, awesome. And do you think a lot of this content that you guys are creating, along with the new video resource library that we're doing as athlete leaders, that I'm sure will tie in with the viewing guide, a lot of this content, do you think will be like when we get back to the new normal of competitions, that will, do you think all this digital content will be able to help us when we get back to the new normal? Yeah, I do, because if you look right now on the Special Olympics website, it's a red square that says social media viewing guide and other resources. So it started out as a viewing guide, and then what we were doing is once we posted a video or some content, after it was posted, then we dump it in the resources. So if you look at the top of that page, you'll see a YouTube link that'll link to all those young athlete book readings and healthy and fit tips. And then below that is a lot of the static, like, PDFs and Word documents that people can use. Yeah, so you're right, Daniel. What will end up happening is, well, the viewing guide will probably come back, because by the time, early July comes back, all of you athletes will start training again with your agencies. We probably won't do the viewing guide, but we'll redo that page to make it one big resource guide. So then what can happen is, like the coaches that you have at CSPAR, let's say, or WSSRA, can go to this thing and say, okay, what do I want to do to make my athletes work out to be ready for swimming or track? And so not only can it be a resource for all athletes, but coaches who are training athletes can go to it as well. Awesome. And we'll, of course, put links to in the show notes on specialchronicles.com and DanielandGeorgia.com, because I don't know if you knew that we launched a new website, DanielandGeorgia.com. I do. And so both that and specialchronicles.com we'll put links to the website and in particular the resources page. But do you want to plug the website for listeners? Yeah, the website is actually, we're looking at redoing it. We're in the midst of it. All the same information will be there that was there before, and then some. But we're cleaning up the navigation of it, so it'll be easier to find things, and the look may not be so different in the beginning, but will change over time. That should come out in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But yeah, we're hoping. The goal is to clean up the navigation and make it a lot easier for the people to find things, and cleaning things up a little bit for sure. Awesome. And I think I saw on there that you guys now have a blog feature on there. I don't know if so. As you know, one of our friends, Lowen Miller. Lowen is one of the original UFO at United. She competes up in Evanston, and she just, I don't know if you knew, but she started a new blog called Exceptionalities, because she's into, like me, into writing and blogging and stuff. And so I don't know if that's something that you thought of, like looking into, like having more athlete leaders contribute to the blog. Yeah, certainly. I mean, we always use your stuff. Yeah. All the stuff you've been doing, for the last, prior to being a Sergeant Shriver International Global Messenger, but the blogs you've been doing for SONA and SOI, we're using those. And absolutely. I mean, we got some great content coming from our athletes, so that's awesome. That's a good thing. Awesome. And let me now turn it over to my cutest true love, to ask you a few questions. All right. Hey, Georgia.
Hi, Chris. So my first question is, what do you do on your spare time?
What do I do in my spare time? So like today, I probably ran by your house, actually. Grace and I run, so I push Ryan in the runner, and Grace rollerblades, and we run up near you and back. So we do that a lot. I like to watch movies. I don't watch a lot of TV, but at night I like to watch movies. Big golf. I like to play golf and some skiing, and but during the days of, like I said, I've been busy. The weekdays have been really, really busy, just as busy as they were before. So working really hard, but I like to lounge. I like to sit around and relax too. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah. And speaking of relaxing, that it was almost like when we the last 2 days in Abu Dhabi relaxed and
that was great.
Villa.
Yeah, it's certainly the first 5 days were pretty intense.
Yeah.
I'm glad it eased up, because that would have been. I think we were all getting a little burned out about day 6.
Yeah.
And if all 10 or 12 days were like the first 6, that would have been rough.
Yeah.
But it was nice the way that trip ended up.
Yeah. It was. And you said that you like to watch movies. I don't think we didn't really have time through our busy schedules in Abu Dhabi to check out any movies from that filmed in Abu Dhabi, or like any movies that they had on their TV. But that would have been
we didn't. Yeah, that would have been pretty neat.
So, next question or two for you.
Okay. Are you reading books?
Yeah, I read books. I like to read. I don't read. I read nonfiction, so more factual books, and I'm kind of all over the place. I like reading books about, just a good mental state of mind. I like reading books. I'm reading a book right now about, it's called The Citizens of London. It's about World War II in London before America got involved and to help the British. So I do read a lot of books, but again, I read a lot of factual books, not fiction.
That's pretty cool.
For the sake of time, do you want to ask him one more question, and then we'll conclude this segment, Chris, with two final questions that I have for you, / both of us have for you.
Okay. My last and final question would be, what is your favorite episode based on the Daniel and Georgia show?
What is my favorite episode
of the Daniel and Georgia show?
I haven't heard them all, so I don't know.
So just so you know, Chris, so season 1 is we took all the episodes that Georgia co-hosted on the Special Chronicles show, and we kind of extracted those episodes out into its own show and playlist, and we titled those season 1 of the Daniel and Georgia show, The Early Years. And now season 2 is Date Nights. Next week it will be the season 1. I mean the season 2 finale next week, which we're gonna have. It will be titled Wine and Cheese.
We're gonna have Wine and Cheese Day
next week.
Nice.
And
yeah, I saw you had Garrett on, right?
Yeah, and Lowen.
Yeah, Garrett and Lowen. We had a double date with them.
Yeah. So then.
Yeah, Garrett and Lauren.
Yeah, that was a fun show with them. And then. Our plan for season 3 is to be hopefully back in the same studio, social distance. I mean, we'll be hopefully I'll be sitting here, or Georgia will be on the other side of the studio. So hopefully, but yeah.
Yeah.
If I guess if you haven't had time to binge listen, which believe it or not, people binge listen Kaylin Milliken, a couple years ago, when she met me for lunch to talk about some things, Kaylin was binge listening to the Special Chronicles show, and by the time we met in person, she was already hearing my voice, but before we met for lunch. And so, I guess we could say if you haven't listened to a lot of the Daniel and Georgia show, either your favorite episode of the Daniel and Georgia show or the Special Chronicles show. Right.
I will. I did see the photos of you two and Garrett and Lauren and all that. They were cool. I liked them. Looked like you guys were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was
it was a lot of fun because it was my first time seeing those two.
Yeah, and we realized we all had Waddle. We all drinking Waddle doing that Zoom double date night episode.
That was a really hot day, actually.
We realized we all should have had wine, and 2, because we're all above 21, and 2, I just have to put that out there for our listeners. And 2, I think our next double date night episode will be we'll have to have wine and cheese.
I would say, I know it wasn't an episode, but one of my favorite things I saw most recently is Georgia graduating and seeing her walk around the sidewalks and graduating from Triton. And Georgia, I'm so proud of you, and thank you for letting me be a part of that. And Daniel, thank you for inviting me. That was really special.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, the reason why I wanted you to be part of that is because you have been with me for the past, I don't know how many years, but you and Karen helped me along the way while I was taking classes.
Yeah. That's good. Thank you. And Grace was watching, and Cassidy and Ryan, and we love you a lot. I'm so proud of you.
And Chris, actually, that actually was an episode, because last week we talked about Georgia's college graduation, and that was the first segment talking about that, and the second talked about the Stop Advocacy Award that I got. So it was kind of 2 things we talked about last week.
Yeah, congratulations on you as well.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So we had 2 big celebrations on last week's show.
Yeah.
So with that, 2 final questions for you, Chris, before we let you get back to the rest of your evening, and we wrap up the show with we actually last week we ended the show with a song by there was an athlete in Nebraska who his name's David Stepan, and from the very early days of when I started podcasting, I actually interviewed him, and I still have his MP3s on my computer, and he wrote a song called "Let Me Anthem," and it's based on the athlete oath, and so which sounds a little bit like this.
Yeah. How many of you want to be somebody? Want to go somewhere? How many of you want to be a singer?
So it's a rap. I'm not into really that kind of music, but it's still a good hip song. So, with that, 2 final questions for you, Chris. One question is a question that I think you are probably familiar with, and that is because it's a question that I ended the Abu Dhabi Daily Show with, and that is, just for the fun of it, let's just see if this is okay. This is why this is a fun show, fun real life show. Instead of me asking the question, we thought it would be fun if, Chris, you could ask the question. You could ask the question of yourself and then answer the question.
So what does inclusion mean to me?
Yes.
Oh man, that's I take a very I've always been very inclusionary. So inclusion means to me that you really truly need to step up, be there for people, and be inclusionary with people. And I've always been that kind of person that if I see something wrong that is happening on the other side of the street on the sidewalk, I have to go over. Even if it's a stranger, I have to go over and try to make it right. Not in a violent way, but in a peaceful way, because I really, truly feel that inclusion to me is just not state of Illinois or the U.S. or the North America. It's the whole world. And it's race, religion, creed, sexual orientation, disability, ability, and everyone needs a friend and everyone needs somebody in their corner, regardless. You know, if they're doing the right thing and they're good people, you know, we need to be inclusionary of all people. And I also feel like if you can't be inclusionary of somebody, then you're kind of being a hypocrite, because it's hard to sit back and watch people bully people or put them down or not be nice to people, because everyone, it comes back. You know what I mean? Somebody can be bad to somebody else, but you're like, you know what? Somebody's gonna be bad to you too. So why would you nitpick or complain or whine when you're doing the same thing? So I think people just need to put their guard down and be accepting of all people, because I'll tell you what, I'm no better than anybody else. I can do some things better than other people, but they can do things better than me. So that's the way I feel about it.
And I think also kind of tied with that, I think our time at the World Games last March 2019 in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, I think that really kind of ties in with what you said, how it really brought us all 192 nations together of how the world can really be truly live in inclusion.
Plus, I don't think people take the time to, I hate to say narrow-minded, but their thinking is narrow. They're not narrow-minded people, but their thinking, sometimes some people can be, you're so hurried or whatever, that your thinking is really kind of narrow. And then if you stop, like I always do this all the time, I'm so blessed to spend my time and do what I do for athletes of Special Olympics, because you've provided me so many great things. I mean, Georgia provided me a really fun, I've been in media and marketing for 32 years of my life, and one of the funnest things I ever did was the Chevy Equinox promotion we did 12 years ago. And she was a part of. And you've done so much to be a part of, like just to see you on stage with Ryan Dempster and to go to the Abu Dhabi and to be your mentor means so much to me. And it's just such great things. You guys, the athletes, a lot of things, and I talk to parents about this all the time and all sorts of people, and they're like, half the stuff I do that's really cool, I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for an athlete of Special Olympics.
Yeah, awesome.
So, and while your thinking can be narrow, you got to widen out, because the rewards are so great, you know?
Absolutely. And for a second, I thought you were going to say bag carrier.
Yeah, you're bag carrier.
Just for those just tuning in, that's a inside joke that we have. And so now it's an outside joke now that people kind of know it. Okay. Final question for you, Chris, is if you could share with us the impact that the Daniel and Georgia show is making on our mainstream community and Special Olympics community, as well as kind of tied in with that, the impact of the Special Chronicles podcast network platform.
I would say for both. I mean, just to say you're athlete led, like we want let our athletes lead. And maybe we've said that for a long, long time, but now is the time where the athletes really are leading. A lot more than they were 40 or 50 years ago. So to see what you and Georgia are doing with the Daniel and Georgia show, what you do with Special Chronicles, you guys are leading and teaching other people. With the unfortunate part of everything going on in the last few weeks, athletes are leading. You've been bullied and put down and had gone through trouble. You guys have led with acceptance, peace, love, and inclusion. So, and with your show, you're leading. You're teaching people how to do these shows, and you've done podcasts and how to teach that. Daniel, nothing was probably my favorite moment of our whole 12 days in Abu Dhabi that speaks to leading is when you gave that speech to that media reception, and you were done, and everyone was just mingling around. You had 4 or 5 reporters from around the world come up to you and talk shop and talk about reporting and talk about media and ask you questions about what you do. And these were professionals in, newspaper and media and TV and radio back in their states or countries. So that, when I saw that, I'm like, he's arrived. I mean, you arrived before that, but that is it right there where, that wasn't what cops are coming for me here. I'm outside.
You have never mentioned that to me.
Yeah, I thought I did.
No, I did not.
But that's
Thank you, Chris, for telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got photos.
Yeah, we have photos and video. Actually, we redesigned the homepage of SpecialChronicles.com, and at the bottom, I put the speech I gave in Houston, the speech I gave in Abu Dhabi, and then there's a speech a TED Talk that Bree gave, and when we met Matthew Williams from Canada, those videos are at the bottom of the homepage now, SpecialChronicles.com. So that was amazing. And I want to tie briefly, Chris, before we let you go, something that kind of follow up on what you just said on related to the news from the past few weeks. We haven't really talked about a lot of what's been happening up in Minneapolis and stuff, but kind of tied with what you said. When I interviewed Dave Breen when we were in Dublin, I don't know if you watched that video interview, but people that subscribe to our newsletter at DanielandGeorgia.com or SpecialChronicles.com can get an exclusive access to that video. And Dave said something that that us athletes show when we're met with anger and hate, that we show love to everybody that we meet. And I think that kind of ties in with what you said. And I think that with everything going on, I think if people look to us athletes, that's I think that's a big lesson that I think we need to get more stories out there when we talk about getting more blogs and more media stories of us athletes out there. I think if we can really highlight that we show unconditional love to people that bully and show us hate, that we show unconditional love to them. I think that's maybe a powerful story that we can share more. I don't know if you want to comment on that.
No, I agree with you, Daniel. And I think what also the bigger part of that is the athletes also meet at the intersection of race. Mm-hmm. Every athlete covers every race.
Yeah.
Every athlete covers every religion. Every athlete got different sexual orientations. Every athlete, all those different things that we need to be inclusionary about, not just disability, everything else too. Every athlete obviously is disability, a lot more ability than disability, but they cover the other stuff. They cover race, religion, creed, all the other parts too. Yeah. So, and I think, it's the most marginalized population in the world, and you guys lead with such great strength to be peaceful and loving and inclusionary, and that's the way to be.
Awesome. Well, that's a good way to end this final segment of the Daniel and Georgia show. We'll have to maybe when we can hopefully we schedule that triple date. Maybe we'll have to maybe a part of that triple date. We'll have to maybe take the voice memo. Or even just a little video, and we can record a little segment, not a whole episode, but just a little segment of a triple date of the Daniel and Georgia show.
I agree. We owe you that date. I think we had it on the books, and then COVID hit.
Yeah, we did. We did have it.
I remember when that happened.
So hopefully, beyond July, when it's that we can.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, we'll do it.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that off air. So So did you want to say anything, Georgia?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you, Chris, for being on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Georgia. I love you guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. For we're trying to call different people for this segment. We've called Georgia's sisters. We've called one of my sisters. We've called our parents. We had an emotional segment when we called both of our dads. We actually conferenced Georgia's dad and my dad on the same phone call, and because you can do that on the iPhone, and so it was an emotional segment. But Yeah, and Kaylin Milliken still does not pick up the phone when we try to call her on the show. So maybe you could try to, if you talk to Kaylin Milliken, you can say that.
Convince her.
Try to convince her to be on the show.
I will, absolutely.
Awesome. So thanks. Well, we hope that you have a great week, Chris, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take care.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris. Awesome. So that was our friend and now yours, Chris Winston, the Chief Marketing Officer for Special Olympics Illinois, and my SSIGM mentor, aka Bad Carrier, as we travel the globe together. So we hope that you guys all have enjoyed that. Chris said a lot of good sound bites. I mean, Chris said not just sound bites, but Chris said a lot of witty, neat, some powerful stuff though.
Yeah, I think he did really well.
What's up with this listener phone call assignment is making our shows in all in 20 minutes?
I don't know. I mean, we could have like one person at a time, just not two people.
It is, yeah, maybe just one person. But like, it's because our listeners love talking to us, and it goes in with our tagline, right? Love to inspire. Well, we love to inspire our listeners. They love to inspire us, and our love story loves to inspire their love stories.
Exactly.
Right? And so, anything else, love? Should we conclude with that Let Me Anthem song, or do you want to should we just wrap up and then do a brief bonus feature after show?
Well, I think we should just wrap this up.
Wrap up, okay. Yeah, and then we'll do like a brief bonus segment after. So, folks, you have been listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show. This has been season 2, episode 9. Summer Full House and Summer Games Date Nights. I totally know. It's behind me, right? On the video, right?
Yes.
Wait, it's behind me? I just see a wall behind me. Is it behind me?
Yes, it is literally.
What's behind me? I don't see what's behind me. Folks, it's a virtual background. So there we go. On that note, anything else should we? So what's coming up next week?
Well, next week it will be season 2 episode
10.
Season finale.
The season 2 finale, where we will recap a week. We will recap season 2. We will look ahead to season 3. We will call a listener or listeners, maybe conference in some people. If you want us to call you, email us, and we will or DM us, and we will talk. We would love to talk to you. If you have recommendations of movies and TV shows that you want us to review, you can tweet us, hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show, email DanielandGeorgia@SpecialChronicles.com. And we would love to get your recommendations on what we should watch. We would love to review that on this show. And finally, if you would like us to, if you guys have, because next week, the season 2 finale, we were like we told Chris on the phone, we're going to have some wine and cheese. Meaning, I don't know about you, love. I don't know about you, babe, but I have to get some wine and get some cheese. And I mean, I have. Yes, I just don't know if I want to drink that wine on the show. So let's just say this for those listening right now or watching. We want to hear from you. What wine and what cheese should we eat and drink on the show? What wine do you want us to drink and what cheese? Let us know. Assuming it's not expensive, we want to keep it reasonable. Keep in mind, you guys, we want it to. We don't want to spend a lot of money on wine and cheese. So just let us know, and maybe we might drink it on the show, and so and eat it. So we'll be doing that next week. And if you want, and maybe we can get whoever we call on the show, we can have them to drink some wine with us and eat some cheese. So it's going to be a wine and cheese season 2 finale next week, right here on the Daniel and Georgia Show. Babe, how can they get in touch with us?
Okay. Hold on.
She's clearly ready.
Alright. You can private message us on Facebook Messenger at m.me/DanielandGeorgia. You can email us at DanielandGeorgia@specialchronicles.com. You can tag us on social media at hashtag DanielandGeorgiaShow. You can tweet us, hashtag DanielandGeorgiaShow. You can call us and send a voice message.
So you guys can email, or you guys can send us your email or audio feedback to DanielandGeorgia@specialchronicles.com. That's DanielandGeorgia@specialchronicles.com. And if you guys are driving or walking or biking and listening to this, and you can't write it down, don't worry. Just look in the description of this show, and that email will be there. We also link to you how you can visit us on our digital home, which is DanielandGeorgia.com. And you can, if you want to subscribe to our newsletter, it's the Special Chronicles Company newsletter. But if you go to DanielandGeorgia.com or SpecialChronicles.com, you can subscribe to our newsletter, and we will send you updates and email from us. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of you have been commenting and interacting with us on social media. We love that, and we will continue to be updating you. And if you are a listener and you want us to call you on the live listener phone call segment, like we called Chris this week, then just email or text us. Just email us or DM us and get in touch with us. And let us know your phone number and how we know you, and we will call you on the show. Because we love you, listeners.
We do love you.
And we thank you. You guys are making this show, actually all the podcasts on Special Chronicles, this is making the U.S. number 1. It's making Australia number 2 most listened country. And I think the UK and Canada is behind that. Did you know that, Love?
No, I didn't.
So U.S. is number 1, Australia is number 2, and then the UK and Canada is number 2 or 3. No, 3 or 4. I don't know, something like that. On that lovely note, it's about an hour and 27 minutes. We're going to wrap this up. And do you have Balks? Balky? Doggy? Balks?
Doggy.
Balks? Doggy? What's the name? By the way, I'm not that good with dog and cat names, so just...
Okay, his name is Bugs.
Bugs. So, honestly, I'm good with names. I'm not good with dog names. So, Balks. Balks is going to have the final word. And you guys stay tuned. The bonus episode, go to the bonus cast on SpecialChronicles.com, and you can become a patron supporter, get access to that. We'll have some bonus stuff for you, hopefully. On that note, this is, you have been listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show on SpecialChronicles.com and DanielandGeorgia.com. We hope you all have a great week. And remember this has been Daniel
and Georgia.
And we hope you all will remember to show compassion, show unconditional love, and remember, choose to include. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching. We love you. Mwah.